welcome to Feel Good Fuel. We're going to be talking about today Dede's Daily Do's tool number 2, which is the morning papers, and it's how to release worry, doubt, fear, frustration, and attract abundance in all areas of your life. So I learned about this tool actually from a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and she called it the morning papers. And the way she described it for her artists, singers, dancers, producers, writers, she wanted them to freeform write, front, back, front, 3 pages, and write everything just that was coming up, because she felt there were a lot of issues, monkey mind things going on that block creativity, productivity. So when I read her book and saw that, I kind of switched it up. I call it the morning papers, and it's about releasing worry, doubt, fear, frustration, sadness, anxiety, all the lower vibrating emotions. And then the difference is that you're doing it with so much feeling. Like, I'm so sad about this. I'm so angry about this. I'm feeling so vulnerable about this. So you're writing that all down, right? Then you shred it, you burn it, you get rid of it. You don't look at it. And that's releasing. And the next tool that comes up, and we're going to do it on our next show, is your gratitude list. But for our purposes now, I want to talk about how important it is to clear out your channel and release these lower vibrating emotions that block your joy. I call them your joy blockers. But let me pick an angel card, because you know how I love to pick angel cards. It's for a theme, and also it gives us a message of what we need to focus on in our show. So I am picking, I love it, Archangel Michael. And in this particular deck, because I have an Archangel deck, he's the only Archangel in there. And he is the king of the Archangels. He helps you with courage, bravery, makes you feel safe and protected. And let me tell you, you need a lot of courage to release the worry and doubt every day. This is a non-negotiable tool. You have to do it every day so your channel is clear and you feel lighter. And Blair's going to tell us how she's been using this worry and doubt morning papers tool and how it's been helping her in her life.
Yeah, and what a great card to choose, because I mean, courage, bravery is really the opposite of what we're talking about today. Worry, doubt, fear, so that's fantastic. That's exactly what you need to kind of push through this. So my morning papers have been extremely helpful. And I just want to reiterate that labeling your emotions is very important when it comes to these morning papers. I was angry about this. I was frustrated by this. This made me feel anxious. Make sure you label that emotion in there. But the way it's helped me out is when I'm confronted with people that are trying to pull me into drama, or trying to lower my vibration, or making me feel uncomfortable, instead of being reactive, and if it's making me anxious or it's making me frustrated, I'm probably going to be reactive towards that. Instead of that, I'm stepping away, feeling my emotion, letting it dissolve, and then stepping into empathy and compassion so I can go clarify with that person, instead of taking it personally and assuming bad intentions, right? We want to assume that everyone has good intentions, and sometimes that the tone that someone came at you with, or the bad choice of words, was unintentional. So go feel your feelings, let your feelings dissolve. And then I feel like I come back to that person with a clean slate, and I can say, hey, this made me feel really uncomfortable when you said this to me in that tone of voice. Was that? And usually the person will say to you, no, that wasn't my intention at all. I'm sorry. I was feeling frustrated because so-and-so just said something to me, and I just, had to come communicate, and I communicated that poorly with you, or whatever. And then you can get some clarity on the situation, and not feel like you have to, especially if somebody in your family or somebody you have to work with every day, you don't have to carry that around anymore, and start to build up frustration with that person and have all these layers of frustration. You can just have that clean slate and say, oh, okay, totally get it. Have some compassion and empathy towards that person once you get through that initial reactive feeling that you're feeling, and the pull that we that we have as humans of wanting to respond, react, defend ourselves. It's really ego that's showing up in those situations. So go let those feelings dissolve. Say, okay, what am I feeling? I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling frustrated about what that person just said. Okay, that's good. Now move on, and then you can step into some clarity from the situation. So that's how it helps me out every day.
I love that explanation. Yeah, that's great. So I want to explain a little bit further about feelings and emotions. And I believe it's sort of like Esther Hicks, and she's one of my favorite authors and speakers. And she wrote many books, and one of my favorites, my Bible, Ask and It Is Given. And she has in her book an emotional guidance scale. And she always says, follow your feelings. Your feelings are your guide. They're going to give you messages on what's going on with you. Now, when we're talking today about the lower vibrating emotions, right? Worry, doubt, fear, sadness, anger, anxiety. Life happens. So we get mired in here from time to time. But the whole thing is you don't want to be staying down there too long. So as you climb up the scale, the top is where joy, compassion, gratitude, and love is. So you really want to be up there as much as you can. Now, you can't be there all the time, but maybe you can. I'm sure the Dalai Lama is up there all the time. But I wanted you to know that when you're releasing these worries, these doubts, these fears, frustrations, you're shredding them, you're starting to climb up the scale. You're at hope. You're starting to go into gratitude. So that's what I want you to have that vision of, that it's normal to have anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, and all those emotions. But how much time are you spending down there? Are you using your tools to get out from under? But you have to feel them. Don't push them anywhere. Don't overeat, overdrink, oversleep, work out. You want to feel them, but know and give them, I always say, give them a hug and say, bye anger, bye sadness, and start climbing up the scale. So Blair's going to be telling us a little bit how she's been staying mindful of these emotions and how it's really positively impact how she feels in her day-to-day.
Yeah, so just understanding, like you said, that we're not going to feel fantastic every day. There's days that I wake up and feel instant anxiety and just have all these thoughts swirling in my head, worry, doubt, fear. So the way that I stay mindful of that is exactly what you just said. I feel those emotions, I recognize them, and I start to incorporate some of our self-love tools to kind of mitigate them a little bit and say, hey, I'm extra anxious today. So I'm going to make sure that I'm speaking really kindly to myself. I'm going to go take a bubble bath when I get off work. I'm going to go read that book. I'm going to make sure I meditate today. I'm going to take myself out to lunch. Whatever it is that I feel like I need to do to ground myself and take best care of my emotions that I can. Stay off social media. So just feeling those emotions and being mindful of the way that you're feeling every day, getting them out on paper in the morning is going to help you identify those straight off in the day, and just understand that, it's not going to be perfect every day, but the more you're in tune with yourself, the better you're going to be able to take care of yourself and those emotions.
Yes, I love that. And you were telling me something the other day, how you really have a heightened awareness of your boundaries and making sure that people don't step over them. And if they do, you speak up.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Another thing with feeling my feelings is I don't leave anything unresolved anymore. If something bothered me, made me uncomfortable, made me anxious, I understand that feeling and I do everything I can to try to resolve it and have a great positive conversation with that person or whatever it is, and just try to get myself back to a place of empathy and compassion and not take everything so personally and feel like I need to be reactive in every situation, because 9 times out of 10, if somebody made you feel bad, it's more about them than it is about you. So that's a good understanding to have as well.
Yeah, I love that you're saying that, because and just to add to that, sometimes things fix themselves on their own. And that's why I want to share the iceberg my iceberg tool with you is that, think of it, you're driving your ship every day. This is you at the helm, and little icebergs, little dramas, little annoying people, or people say something that hurt your feelings, or there's some kind of drama going on outside your office or in
Cut
your
you off in
home.
traffic.
Right, exactly. So as you're driving, you go, oh, there's that iceberg. There's my husband being annoying again. Or, oh, there's my mother. She's getting very critical. Oh, okay, there she goes. But you don't have to get involved in it all. You could just say, that's gonna, that's gonna go away. You just give it a lot of love and compassion, and you see it start to melt. And all of a sudden, these icebergs are ice cubes, and you didn't even get involved, and they got better. So think of it like that, because we want to keep you unstuck. We want to keep you in that high vibration mode.
Yes.
So the morning papers have to be done
Every morning. Start your day with them. Do it before your gratitude list, before your meditation. Release everything, because if you start in the morning, it's going to be everything from your previous day that you were feeling. Whether you had a great day, I'm happy about this, I'm feeling lighter than air because of this, or I'm feeling frustrated because my boss just said this, or my mom was being critical, or whatever it is, you're going to get it all out, and then you can start with a clean slate to go into your gratitude list, positive emotions, and meditate with a clear mind, a clear slate, clean slate. So and then we also, just as we're going to do it every time, quote from our great Dede Lyons, we're going to leave you with, believe it before you see it. I love that quote so much, because it's so important. You have to have faith, hope, believe in yourself, believe tomorrow's going to be a better day, that you have a big, bright future ahead of you. So believe it before you see it.
Oh, that's great. Well, we look forward to seeing you in our next episode, and we'll be skipping the week of July 21st, and we'll be seeing you all on Friday, Feel Good Friday, July 28th. And we're going to be talking about gratitude and how being in a state of gratitude attracts abundance. So we'll see you all on our YouTube channel on the 28th.
All right. Bye.